Hello, everyone. I'm Dhanya Rajendran from the News Minute. Joining me today is my colleague Soumya Rajendran. I also have with me actors Revati, Padmapriya, and Parvati. All three of them once again have started this battle against AMMA. Soumya, if you could just give the audience a quick brief about what's been happening lately.
So the WCC, the Women in Cinema Collective, have been fighting an uphill battle against AMMA. I don't know if we should call it Amma, considering the kind of treatment that this body has been meting out to, the women actors. The most recent incident is Edavela Babu, the general secretary of the organization, making offensive comments in a television interview where he referred to the survivor in the case in a very insensitive manner. And actor Parvati protested and resigned, submitted her resignation, saying that she has lost faith in the organization and that it would do anything at all for the women actors. Actors Revati and Padma Priya have followed suit and they have also submitted their resignation letter. So that's where we are at right now.
No,
No,
Soumya, just
no.
Padmapriya and Revati have not submitted a resignation. They have written to AMMA and asked the leadership of AMMA if they would reply to what Edavela Babu said. Revati, could you tell us your three demands that you have put forward in that letter? You have asked for the leadership to respond. Why do you think the leadership will respond? We have seen they never respond properly.
Okay, basically, whenever there is an issue, it's always total silence. So this time, we just want their reaction. So the first thing is, okay, Edabella Babu is the General Secretary of AMMA. He was sitting there as an individual or General Secretary, whatever you want to say, you can say. And it is very easy to say that, okay, it was his personal opinion. Fine, it was his personal opinion. But what is each individual's opinion on what he has said? That is our first question. Can we please understand that? And the second one, Padma Priya, would you like to take that on?
Dhanya, I also want to clarify here. We've asked
Sorry.
our demands, those are things which we had actually started as a fight in 2018. Now we've reached a stage where we're not demanding anything because we don't, as rightly as you said, we have really limited and zero expectations from the executive committee as a leadership. So what we are asking is, as individual members, do they have a stand? Do they have a personal stand on the kind of comments which Siddiq has, Edawala Babu has made? Number one. Number two, they claim that the IC has been made in some newspaper article, which is not the way the POSH Act has to be implemented. And in case they do have an IC, then the question is, why was the EC summoning Siddiq and asking him questions? Shouldn't the IC have summoned? In the scenario that they don't have an IC, which is so weird. As members of AMMA, we have really no idea as to they have an IC or not, and that's not how the POSH Act works. But even if assume that they don't have an IC, at the least, if it's a grievance, at least you should get two people's opinion. At least you should. It is unfair on Siddiq also to have not heard him fully in the light of what the survivor has accused him of. And isn't sexual harassment accusation a big accusation? And isn't Siddiq one of the core executive members, also the secretary of this organization? So what is, even 2 years back when we actually went with a demand, this time we are actually not going with a demand. We're actually asking them, what is your personal stand? What do you think you want to do? Is what at the least what they'll do at the least they'll ask Edawala Babu to apologize, and that's like the max they can do. But is that a solution? They still don't have an IC. They in one of their bylaw amendments they said, one of the changes that we have made is that we instead of 3 members we'll have 4 women members among 17 members. That's not even 33%. And they say that we have not been active participants of AMMA. So, at least the 4 of us, and I know at least 4 or 5 women who want to be part of the board of EC. Why is it that they're not able to come? Because they don't have the teeth, they don't have the voice, they don't have the space to discuss, talk, and share their opinions or understand what the EC is talking about. The same EC leadership has been continuing for the past 2 decades. How contrived is that? So there is no space for change here, for sure. But they should have a stand as personal leaders.
പാർവതി ഇപ്പൊ രേവതിയും പത്മപ്രിയയും
as
പറഞ്ഞത്
individuals.
ഇവരൊരു സ്റ്റാൻഡ് എടുക്കണമെന്നാണ്. പക്ഷെ അന്ന് ആ ഇടവേള ബാബു ഒരു ഇന്റർവ്യൂ കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ ഈവൻ അബൌട്ട് രേവതി സമ്പത്ത് വാട്ട് ഈ സ്പോക്ക് എത്ര ലാഘവത്തോടെ ഹി സെഡ് ഓ വി ആർ സിദ്ദിഖ് ഹി സെഡ് നത്തിങ് ലൈക്ക് ദാറ്റ് ഹാപ്പൻ. അപ്പോ where do you stand now? As in, do you really think that there can be any change, or do you feel defeated at some point that nothing is changing much?
No, I don't feel defeated. I'm definitely very angry. I'm angry and livid with the amount of, the extent to which they can be so disrespectful towards women in general. അവരുടെ privilegeum, അവരുടെ chauvinism എത്ര പക്കയായിട്ടാണ് അവർ on display വെക്കുന്നത് with such audacity just shocks me. But also, I don't feel defeated because, no matter what happens, WCC as a movement has empowered me to a degree that I have faith in the fact that we are very, very strongly rooted in our way forward. So I don't feel defeated because it's not like when we started this fight, like when we decided, Priya, me and Revi Chechi decided to stay in and, go this uphill battle. It's not that we had high expectations. We knew that it was going to be an uphill battle. It's just terrible, the experience that we have had every single time we have gone in front of the EC or during the general body meeting. It was probably just the three of us, no, let's say about 6 of us against an entire GBM who is left clueless about what's happening in the association, which is treated like a club where the EC holds some kind of demigod superpower over everybody else. And where everyone is so scared and toxic, they're so scared and they're so scared for their livelihood. This is what my experience is. And not that having stayed within AMMA, I would have been scared. Now that I'm out of it, I would be happily saying that this is a very toxic environment, which is putting on a facade of being called a welfare association. Where the EC members are somehow holding this kind of privileged positions over other GB members, male and female, to sort of scare them into this tactics of being quiet about things. So I don't feel defeated. I feel definitely that now I feel empowered to call them out for the bullshit that they're saying.
I'm happy to hear that. Samya?
Yeah, so I wanted to ask actually, the reason you did not resign when Reema, Geetu and others resigned earlier was because you wanted to make a change staying within the body. So how have your efforts been in that direction? Like what has happened in these years?
Can I take that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think one great thing about like having to be able to speak up in the open, which I think we chose to do 2.5 years back, all three of us, including our colleagues who resigned, is the fact that conversations which were always locker room conversations have actually come out in the open, even in the GBM. Last year in 2019, when they brought in an entire set of bylaws amendments, which were completely, meant to stifle the entire GBM and make the EC far more powerful than it was, there were actually people who were saying, okay, this is not right. There was actually people like Mamuka, like Joy Matthew, Siddiq, Mamukaya. They're actually people who stepped down and said sorry, and the entire renewal of the bylaws were not allowed. The new bylaws were not allowed to be institutionalized. Having said that, there has been absolutely no follow. We've sent so many mails on saying, how are you going to address the concerns? How are you going to modify the bylaws? Those have never been institutionalized. So the issue is also not so much about the toxicity within the GBM that has been created by the EC's contrived space creation, but it's also about this EC. Within the EC, there is so much inability to speak up. We don't think all the 17 members are capable enough to put out their stand and say and speak for the rest of the GBM. So there are these few members who control, even within the EC, the larger narrative, and that's problematic. So what we're saying is, for now, stop talking about yourself as EC leadership. Don't wait for a president or secretary to speak for you. At least speak up as individuals. At least you have, as actors, you have a public standing. The entire world is watching. You have admirers. You have your own sense of responsibilities as individuals. Speak up as individuals.
പക്ഷെ രേവതി പത്മപ്രിയ പറയുന്നു സ്പീക്ക് അപ്പ്. ഇതിപ്പോ ഈ ഇടവേള ബാബുവിന്റെ ഇന്റർവ്യൂ വന്നിട്ട് 3-4 ദിവസം കഴിഞ്ഞു. ഇറ്റ്സ് ബീൻ 3-4 days since the interview came out. നിങ്ങളല്ലാതെ WCC അല്ലാതെ we are still not seeing any. I was personally so upset even watching that interview. How dare he compare someone to a dead person with so much of alacrity, I thought. So You've been in the industry for so many years. Like even the younger actors, why is nobody speaking up?
I have no idea. It is actually quite shocking, especially in a day where there's kind of social media and where you can put your opinion. You know, there is silence. Somebody has put a ruler on your head and said that if you speak up, then we'll see what will happen to you. It's that kind of deafening silence. And let me tell you something. When you speak up, even at the AGM, if Parvati remembers, it happened. If you speak up and say something, then there is somebody behind you who comes and ridicules you on stage, and people stand there and listen to that ridiculing. I don't understand this. Is that how you do in an association? That is not the way. If there is an issue, you have a difference, you should be allowed to speak up and listen to it. Understand if there is something. Nobody is God here. Nobody is perfect. So
that said,
change.
Yeah,
sorry, Dev Chichi, but that said, I think it's high time that we also just make it very public to people that there is a huge power play, and like, of course, I mean, it's like a ruler kept on their head and say that if you speak, we are going to smack you with it, or like take away your but there's also an incredible amount of insensitivity and indifference that has gone into the entire industry, that idu nammade prashnamallallo, idu nammade prashnalla, idu avaru nadakate, avaru cheyyate. The fact that they are enablers ennallathu needs to be tattooed on their face. And it's much like people who, whatever happens in the country, they say, no, I don't like politics, I'm apolitical. Like, you can't be in the industry and say that this is not my problem, because and the fact that they have to wait till it becomes their problem. And the fact is, it's not only just women, older actors, men in general also, whatever they go through, they have all sort of conditioned into believing that we have to go through all these issues to be a part of this industry. And the fact that a few 10 people of the EC members have that kind of a holdover makes you think what exactly goes on behind doors in this club when they are discussing people. This EC of an Amma is nothing but a locker room boys club. That's how they behave within, and this is now come in public where Edavela Babu has spoken like that.
Okay, so they have to wrap up soon because you have lot many lives lined up today. So quick 30 seconds to everybody. Some I want to ask, I'll ask Padmapriya. Padmapriya, ഈ എല്ലാ റിയാക്ഷനിലും ഞാൻ കാണുന്ന ഒരു കോമൺ തിങ്, ദേ വിൽ സേ WCC എന്താ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, WCC ഒന്നും റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നില്ലല്ലോ, ചില കാര്യങ്ങളിൽ മാത്രം റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നല്ലോ. Quickly give a response for that.
Well, at the first place, we are the ones who institutionalized the HEMA Commission. We are the ones who filed a PIL for ask for an IC. We are the ones who are running the cyber abuse campaign. We have been doing so many things with respect to supporting at the back order, like people like even Revati Sampad, a lot of others who have come with grievances to us to actually support them emotionally in every which way that we can. And first and most importantly, honestly, when three of us are in this state today, there's only one organization backing us publicly, and that's WCC. I didn't have that 5-10 years back, Dhanya. That's the most incredible achievement, and that's the most incredible loss of Amma, that they have still not managed to stand by the women who constitute almost close to 50% of their community. And I want to just say and close that. And as individual members who have been empowered in WCC and who have worked as interested parties in Amma as their own members, we have spent the last 2 years running around lawyers, trying to improve and work upon the bylaws, volunteering, talking to a lot of other GBM members, knowing their issues. And it's just revealing that the executive committee has absolutely no spine and doesn't choose to do anything. And it's surely a clique of few members, even within the executive committee. So that's where I'll close what I have to say.
I want to ask Parvati, in your letter, you said you will be watching who is going to, make objections and resign, but we've not heard any noise from anyone. So if you could give a direct message to your colleagues, if you could just tell them what you want them to do, what would you say?
I'd say that each and every member who does come out, who have basically nothing to lose, We know a lot of superstars who have made you know, a really good a space for themselves, which is not going to be threatened at in any way, who have actually come out in the past and spoken about it, and then retracted by saying, oh, they were under pressure speaking about such things. These are people whose silence is even more shocking than the ones who are actually scared that their career might get affected. So I have a problem with, especially like, the onus falling on women all the time to have to speak about this. See, men are the ones who are oppressing, men are the ones who are causing this trouble. So the fellow men, how are they keeping the other men accountable, is something we need to be asking them constantly. And I request the media to help us do that. And with the women, all I want to say is something that Priya has said in the previous interview. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time that they are going to be a victim of one thing or the other. And at the end, all they'll have is us and WCC supporting them. And this AMMA is going to, they keep saying that you should write to us, write written complaints. Every single time Edavela Babu has spoken to me about some complaints, he's like, the phone phone. This is how he speaks to all the members. This is not how an association should be run. So this is the truth behind the, you know, boys club of AMMA. And I think anybody who is not speaking about it is either enabling or is too scared to speak up about it because they are scared for their life or their career.
Okay. Final words to Revati. What would you like to tell Amma? These are people you have worked with. AMMA. Sorry, I keep saying Amma. What would you like to tell AMMA?
The most important thing is that this is the only association of actors. And if they really want to make a change and bring about some kind of a solidarity and bring about change and give a safe space for the next few generations, because everybody, whoever is sitting here in the executive committee, all their children are part of the film industry. And in future, all our children are going to be part of the film industry. Is this the kind of film industry you want your children to be part of? So we need to understand that what we leave behind is what our children are going to face. So we need to make this change now, you know, for our kids, for our grandchildren. Let us do that now. And what was WCC? Like Priya said, you know, here there is no hand holding, or you can't even speak to anybody. You cannot say something without the fear that it might get out, and it might, you know, have certain repercussions. But WCC, it's not like that. Inside WCC, we are a group who are all very, very independent, you know, thoughts. We are individuals and we speak our minds. Whatever happens, we agree to disagree, but we stick together and hold hands when there is an issue. And that is why all of us moved out. And it is not an association of women, of actors or something. It is about women who wanted to come together to support other women who have no voice. And that is what WCC has done. So AMMA, basically the members need to understand this. It is weird. There is nothing about breaking away or breaking. And they said about, oh, Asuya ulladu kondana veedugal enna polikkum. I mean, please. Endha Asuya ana ida. We want a better space to work, a safer space to work, and an equal space to work. That's it.
Thank you so much. We want a better space to work, an equal space to work. And one last word to Parvati. I think we as journalists should also start asking the other actors for reactions. I just realized that every time we come to you for reactions, why do we expect only you to react? I mean,
Thank you so much.
Condition ourselves also.
It's a huge step. Thank you so much, Danya. Thanks a lot, Soumya.
Thank you, Danya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Soumya.
Thank you, Soumya.
Thanks,
Danya.
Revati Parvati.